YouTube system. If you are a system, I don't know what you are. This is a video I'm making on my time working as a loader for Schwann's in New Mexico and how life was in New Mexico at the time. This is 1994, 93 or 94. I think it might have been 93. But I was going through a real nasty divorce. I mean, really nasty. It was really jacked up. A little violence going on in there. Not on my part, but I got attacked by this big, burly broad that I kind of got freaking railroaded into hooking up with. Because I think she kind of wanted to have a man in her life. So basically, what happened was I was living in New Mexico, working as a loader for Schwann's, working from 11 to 7 at night. Completely burned out all the time. I think I was like in my 30s. I was early 30s. If that, it might have even been like late 20s. But I'm going through this divorce with this chick because she attacked me with a knife. And I defended myself and basically tripped her. And she fell on a freaking coffee table and called the cops. And I ended up going to jail for a week. Them saying that I tried to kill her or something. I don't know. It's like domestic assault, but it was like kind of a not a good charge at all. So I ended up in the jail. I still had my job when I got out of the jail, but I ended up in the jail. And I'm sitting there within like maybe 3 or 4 hours of being in jail. Where I'm talking to another guy. I remember talking to a guy that was going down for going to prison for murder. And I was talking to him through this little freaking hole in the freaking it's like a hole in the wall or something, it's like a little hole in the door. And he's basically telling me, that what he's going to what he was going to prison for, because it's like a holding tank. And I ended up sitting there for a week, and they threw out the charges because they figured the story didn't add up. Where the ex-wife said that I attacked her, which is bullshit. But anyway, so during this whole time, I get out of the jail, and she's waiting for me, wanting me to come back, and she's sorry and all this stuff. And the charges were dropped. They said they might consider reopening it if anything new came to light, but nothing ever came out of it. And so we lived together for another 6 months, and then she attacked me again, and I said, "Screw this, I'm out of here." I had an old 1978 Courier pickup truck, and I just took that and I moved down to the ghetto part of New Mexico, which is a place called Coors Road out there. It's where all the crackheads and prostitution's going on. God knows whatever else. So I'm there, and I still got my job. Thank God, I'm still working, but I'm living in this really floppy, trashy freaking motel, and I'm like, this is hell. And I remember one hotel I stayed at, it ended up like there's roaches and shit in there, and I was like, man, told the guy, I can't live in this fucking place. It's disgusting. And so, he was actually kind of cool about it and gave me my money back. But the whole area was infested with crack dealers, prostitution, a lot of hookers, a lot of drugs, a lot of meth, a lot of just weird shit going on. A lot of a lot of sex for money going on down there. So I ended up staying. I was staying down there and had a lot of weird encounters with some strange people there. And eventually, I went to work. I came back the next morning, and realized that everything in the whole freaking place was gone. My place, I had like a boom box. I remember having a boom box, and I had like 12 beers in the refrigerator. They took the freaking beers too. Um, so I was more angry about them taking my beer than anything else. But it's just one of those one of those things. Like in my life, a lot of times I go, "How the hell did I end up in this freaking stupid ass situation? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, was I raised wrong or something? I don't know." But needless to say, there was a lot of weird stuff that went on, and those are the kind of situations you can easily find yourself in. And you're not even trying to freaking bring any bad vibes to yourself. You're just trying to live, you know. But you know, my I guess the lesson I learned was be careful who you hang out with, you know. Because even when I was leaving that place, the story kind of goes on, and I eventually moved out to California because I had friends out there. But I'm staying in the motel. I quit my job as a loader because I was saying, you know what, I'm out of here because I'm going back to Cali where my bros are, where I know people, you know. And so there's a guy there that's the maintenance dude, and they're kind of druggy. You know, there ain't nothing good going on there in the whole place. It's just shifty, and I knew it was shady, you know. But I had some money from my job, and I was just planning on going back to California. So this maintenance guy comes up to me, and he's like a crackhead, or whatever, and tells me that. Told me that basically, you know, that he wanted to get a ride with me. You know, he said, I'll freaking go out there with you to Cali and we'll have a good time. We'll party it up, blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, I said, yeah, whatever, man, you know, because I didn't really want to drive all by myself that far. This is like 500-mile drive trip or whatever. And so the night before I left, this guy OD'd on heroin and died in one of the rooms at the motel. And, you know, I was like, wow, you know, whatever. I mean, that sucks. But, so me and this guy, I tell him, I said, well, I'm gonna get going. You know, we're gonna leave this motel. And he was in the motel room with me, you know, and I'm thinking he's gonna help me take my stuff down to the car so we could get the hell out of there. I look around the corner, and he's got this lady, prostitute, and he's doing her right there in the shower, you know, the shower area, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I'm leaving. He's like, hold on, I'm almost done, you know. So the lady's sitting there in the hotel afterwards, you know, after he's done doing whatever, banging her or whatever. And she's just sitting there, and I'm like, dude, let's go. I'm leaving. And he goes, and so he takes my little TV. I said, well, take the TV down to the car. He fucking grabs the TV and basically goes 2 doors over and sells it for a bag of crack in like 2 minutes. I mean, you give him the TV, they give him the dope, and he's back over, you know. So basically, I get in the car with the guy. I didn't even know he had sold it because I figured it was in the car. But I get in the car and I'm driving, and he tells me that basically that he killed this guy with the drugs. You know, it was heroin. He said he OD'd him on heroin. I go, oh wow, that sucks. And then I'm thinking, what the hell? Why do I have this freaking idiot in my car? Whoa. And so, drive all the way 500 miles. Finally get back to California, down the beach. And this guy was just hitting me up all the way for beers and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to ditch this dude when I get back home. And and that's exactly what I did. Got him on the beach. He wanted me to buy more beers. I said, fuck you, I ain't buying no more fucking beer, dude. You're just sponging off me. And he kind of tried to come at me, and I grabbed him, threw him in the sand, and then just ran back to my car and just got the hell out of there. And I was driving around. I remember seeing him walking on the streets down there. So, different story from my crazy freaking life. I mean, and that's the thing. The moral of the story is that no matter how hard you try to do the right thing, no matter how hard you try, you start being like, I'm going to be focused and I'm going to do this, and everything's going to go smooth. You can never plan what somebody else is going to do, how other people are going to intersect your life and affect your life. And what I've learned at 61 years old now is that guys like me are better off just being alone or being with, just hanging out with. Like in my case, I just hang out with my old lady. I don't go out. I go walk in the morning, a few miles, come back, and try to do a little bit of weightlifting, and then just chill. But, I totally get it. I don't know why our society is so jacked up as far as, like, people feeling so lost. I kind of do know why. I mean, I have a good idea. It's just because the competition. It's not even so much competition. It's about being like in the right place at the right time in the United States. If you apply to some job, and then you get the job and you want to hold on to the job, and old Susie over here or Bob over here is trying to railroad you in your job, and shit starts to fly because people need their money, you know what I'm saying? So, that's just a story from my past 30 years ago when I worked in New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, as a loader for Schwann's. And all the weird ass stuff that transpired from it. Alright, thanks for watching.